Hey folks, I'm Rob.
And I'm Nathan.
And I'm Steve.
And we are Two Guys in a Ride. And say, Nate, tell us where we're at today.
Hey, today we are at the beautiful Chanhassen Autoplex in Chanhassen, Minnesota, and we are going to take you on a virtual car tour, and we're going to go through about 6 to 8 garages here, meet the owners, take a look at the whole garage, take a look at the cars they have on there, and it's going to be great.
And Steve, why don't you give us a little bit of information about what's going on
Well,
here?
our Cars and Cave shows happen the last Saturday of every month from April through September. As we all know, April has been canceled out here, but we've got the virtual car show with Two Guys in a Ride helping us out, and you're going to see some great garages today. I might add that during our car shows, we always give back to the community. We have a charity for each one of our 6 car shows. The first one is a really good one. They're back with us for a second year. It's Treehouse. The mission of Treehouse Hope is to end hopelessness among teens through mentorship, support groups, or off-site activities which create safe environments where teens can be themselves and have fun. So there will be a link on the website to donate. Please donate generously. It's a great cause. We help a lot of teens, and so please donate. Thank you.
All right, so what do you say, Steve and Nate?
Oh, let's go for a ride.
All right.
Hey folks, I'm Nathan with Two Guys in a Ride, and today we're here at the Chanhassen Autoplex taking tours of the garages and looking at the cars, and I am here today again with Steve. Steve, we on another episode, we took a look at one of his garages, and today we're in his second garage. So Steve, thanks again for having us in your garage.
Wonderful, thanks for being here.
All right, so I want to start, this garage is sort of dedicated to your passion for racing.
Right.
And so I want to start with this picture back here, because this is maybe kind of one of the catalysts that started everything.
Yep, that's a 91 Mazda Miata that we use to autocross and drive around and do track days with. I got a little passionate and added a supercharger to it, and then we kind of took off from there and said, you know, we can go faster.
So that has progressed to the cars that you see in front of you. So, Steve, tell us about this one, in particular, the red and white one.
Both of these cars are exactly the same. They're
Okay.
what's called a Formula Mazda. It was a classic car that was built specifically for racing. It has the ENGLE rotary engine in, which we can show you, and we've got a cross-section or half of an engine here. But everything is specific to the way the car, the manufacturer has it. From the tires, the brakes, the carburetor, everything is set up. About all you can tweak on it is suspension adjustments, mixture on the carburetor, and air pressures, and that's some timing. That's about all you can do. From there, it's supposed to be, the difference is only the drivers. Okay, so with the Wankel engine, this is the rotary engine. This is essentially half of an engine block here. So there are 2 of these cells, 2 rotors, and these are the rotors inside, and there's a drive shaft that goes through here, a crankshaft. So this device rotates around in this sort of figure 8 in here from compression, and there's 2 places for spark plugs here. You have an upper and a lower one. So they fire twice each time it goes around. That's why there's 2 distributors in the car.
Okay.
And you can see how this comes up and sort of compresses the area. And when it fires, it pushes it further down and then essentially pushes it out the side plates. But very lightweight. I mean, this is half of an engine block that I can hold here in one hand.
All right.
There are no valves. There's about 5 or 6 moving parts in the car. The crankshaft and the rotor is in there, and you got bearings on either side. There's no camshaft. There's no valve train. It's all fixed.
So a lot of parts you don't have to worry about then.
Right. Very durable, very lightweight, very cheap.
Now, the wings do not adjust. Those are fixed, right?
Well, they're fixed, but you can adjust them for additional downforce. Particularly, I do that when it's raining, so you get the most amount of grip. And this has the rain tires on it. You can see it's got the tread, and the other car over there has the slicks on it. Slicks don't go real well in the rain.
No.
So that's an adjustment we have, as well as some of the suspension where you lower the car, you adjust some of the rear sway bars and so forth. You can disconnect those if you have rain. But other than that, that's about all you got to play with.
Oh, man. So, in taking a look inside the cockpit, you do have, well, I'll let you tell about there's a removable steering wheel and some other things.
Sure. We have essentially starting with a molded seat that what you do is a giant baggie that goes in there, and you sit in this thing and have somebody pour a foam compound underneath you. You sit back into it and it molds to your body in about 5 minutes. So you just sit in there, so it's all contoured. This helps you from not sliding around inside of the car when you're turning. But yeah, we do have a removable steering wheel, gear lever. These are a little different. They use what's called a Hewland transmission with dog rings. So there are no synchronizers. So you have to get the engine speed to a certain point and you just jam it into gear. So I use the clutch to get the car started. From there, you just are shifting up and shifting down with no clutch. You're just RPM matching and jamming into gear.
It has to be based on RPM.
Right. So they weigh about 1,100 pounds empty. About 1,350 is the minimum weight that you can have. The engine's detuned. It normally runs about 240 horsepower. It's actually running about 185 now.
Okay.
So they're all sealed, so you can't even tweak anything inside the engine. What we have here is from here back is the transmission, and from here to here is the engine block. And everything's underneath the carburetor. It's all hidden. You can probably see on the other side where the spark plugs go in and all the doggone wiring for the spark plugs, even though there's only 4 plugs. It's a little different looking thing. Fuel cells up here, you're actually sitting on top of the fuel cell when you're driving. The transmission's a transaxle behind it, goes straight through. And it's pretty simple.
Now, this garage, not only does it store your race cars, but you also then work on them in here?
Yeah, this is going to be the working garage, so I've got all the tools here. So the other one where the show cars are, it stays a little cleaner. My wife likes that for quilting better, too.
I'm sure.
But here we can change oil, we can get the lift up in here and get everything done. We've got scales upstairs that we can put under the race cars to tell you what the weight is on each wheel. So we can do anything we need to in here.
Wow, that's nice. So, and the garages are very close to each other. So you can, I'm imagining that you can park these outside your garage to bring one of your other cars over.
Right. Yeah, and that's what we'll do. We'll bring it in and service them here, and then put them back wherever they belong.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about the garage itself, because you got some really cool things here. Now, I'm looking underneath, and I'm noticing something that you would see in an older building, and that looks like stamped metal plates for the ceiling tiles.
Sure. What we had here is when I bought this from another fellow, the framing was already up here, and it was kind of that rough timber strand. It looks like OSB type of material. Right. Well, that's what's underneath some of this stuff. I clad some of it with a plaster-like material, and then all this wood framing I put on top, and this is not actually steel. This is a paint that's on here.
It looks steel.
Yep, and then you spray a special material on, and it actually rusts the paint. So that's what you're seeing is the rust here. And then we have the stamped vinyl ceiling or metal ceilings that went in. We tried to create this sort of 1977 vintage race garage with some of the pictures from that vintage, some of the race cars from that. We even got the old rigid tool calendar with the girl on it. And some of the kids from the millennials won't know what that black thing is sitting on the end of the wall.
Oh, the telephone, yes.
That's, a payphone that you actually put money into, well before cell phones. So our idea was, to throw some fun things in here that, the barnwood, the fake brick on the wall, upstairs.
Now, is that brick painted, or is it like a wallpaper? Is it a vinyl? What is that?
That is actually a photographic representation of wallpaper we actually found at Home Depot. And it's repositionable. You can peel it right off and put it in some other place if you want to. But
it looks so realistic with the cracks.
Yeah, it's a photographic process that they have there. The
Okay.
barnwood on the lower side we did, enclosed some of the water heater up here. But then all the, like you'd see in a race shop, all this metal with the lightning holes in it. We've got the mouse house in the corner there that we figure we can scare away some of the mice with that thing.
No, I noticed over here these light switches. That's just neat. The old circuit breaker.
The old Frankenstein light switches,
Yeah.
yeah. You throw those things and the lights go on and off. There's some other ones that are out that are kind of fun that have like a wooden gear in them that you can crank the lights on and crank the lights off. So. But we've got the clock with the gears going in it. And
Then now, do you have a particular association with mobile gas, or is it just you
some
like
collector
those?
things we had there. We had those, and we've got some Pennzoil ones over on the top of the
Oh yeah, I see that.
area over there where the heater is. The idea here was kind of keep things nice and neat and clean. So when we go racing, there's a rack of toolboxes there that rolls into the trailer. There is a rack over here that has the rest of my tools, rolls into the trailer. You put everything in, take everything out. Easy on, easy off. So we're throwing things in, including the vampire bat hanging from
I
the
see
sprinkler
that.
over there. So we just tried to put little fun things in every corner of the garage for people to recognize.
It almost feels like everywhere you look, there's some little thing. If you look long enough, you're going to find something that's just a little unusual.
Yeah, all the little things that we see up here, these little struts and braces, a little hard to see right now, but we use giant round-headed tacks so it looks like rivets.
Bolts? Yeah, I noticed that.
And try,
Originally, I thought they were metal.
yeah, just a bunch of fun little things to do.
All right, let's step upstairs here and take a look at the loft area.
Sure. We have storage. We've got body parts over there for the spare parts for the race cars. Behind the black car body. Yeah, that'd be good. Behind the black stuff, I've got shelves in there for each of the cars for all the spare parts, so you can keep them lined, and miscellaneous tools and so forth. But just to kind of make it look a little nicer, we put the fabric over the top. So we got a bunch of stack of noses over here for the race cars.
How often do those break?
Haven't broke one yet. I probably just jinxed that, didn't I?
Nah. I like the look. Here's that again. We're now close to that bank vault painting that you have. That's just kind of fun. I love how you've just added your little touch and personality to both
Right.
levels.
Yeah, and we had to hunt around. You spend a lot of time on the internet trying to find this stuff. You can waste a lot of time that
A lot
way.
of time. And then you've got a bathroom upstairs.
Yep.
And I like the draw those paintings.
Yeah, we got those at an auction, and it kind of went along with the old vintage car theme in
Yep.
here, being the older garage. The other was sort of the showroom.
modern,
This is the working space. So you've got all the sprinkler lines hanging out here, which is just fine.
Yeah.
You got some stuff in here for towels and extra clothes. When you start getting in the summertime, it gets a little warm in here, so got to change of clothes usually before you go home.
This is different, I just noticed in each garage the ceiling height is the same, I think.
There's a little bit different, maybe a foot different in some
Okay.
of them. Yeah.
'Cause some of the pipes are closer to your head, and some, like up here, you've got, oh my gosh, like almost 2 feet.
Yeah.
And then of course you have this beautiful view out here,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
you can. I mean, to have that door open so wide, and when you're walking by, you kind of think, why are the doors so tall? No one's parking a semi in here, or a trailer with a yacht on it. But when you're in the loft or the mezzanine, and you're looking out, and you've got that straight view, it's just nice to have all that light.
And on the other days when people are here and the garage is open, you got all sorts of you got your own car show right here.
Right there.
And our other garage, we don't have it on this one. We have an actual screen that rolls up and down electrically. So
Okay.
we can drop that down on those days where it's either too
bugs are
sunny
bad. Yep.
or the bugs are bad.
Oh,
Yeah.
it works for sun too.
Yeah, it helps screen some of that stuff
Oh,
out.
nice.
Because in the early morning when the sun comes in here, we're facing due east. So
I did notice that when we were here last summer. I put that on my bucket list for my garage. Get one of those screen doors.
very nice.
Yeah, all right. Well, Steve, thank you so much for giving us a tour of your beautiful garage. I love seeing your race cars here, and it's fun to know that you have not only a show garage but also a working garage.
Yep, gotta get your hands dirty.
Yeah. Thanks again on behalf of Two Guys in a Ride for sharing your time with us.
Thanks, guys.